Today, we're going to be talking about some online activity from Giudice. You know, Teresa Giudice's ex from Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Right.
There's been quite a bit of reaction to something he shared, and we want to kind of unpack that, look at the post, the reaction, and what it might, illuminate.
Yeah, definitely sparked a lot of conversation.
So let's set the scene a bit. Joe recently put an image up on his Instagram story. And context here is he's been pretty open about supporting Donald Trump, the whole Mad GA movement.
Right, that's kind of his stance lately.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the image itself, it was a meme. It came from a page called Real Based Bias.
Okay.
And it showed former President Obama asking Melania Trump, "How could you have married that man?"
And her reply in the meme.
She supposedly replies, "I was going to ask you the same question."
Okay.
And what really got people talking too was the timing. This was shared the day before Juneteenth.
And the reaction online was, well, pretty immediate.
It sounds like it.
Someone on Reddit posted it straight away to the Bravo Housewives thread.
Okay.
And the caption they used was very direct. Joe Giudice's racist post about Michelle Obama.
Straight to racist.
Yeah. And that just opened the floodgates in the comments. People were throwing around words like bigot. And interestingly, a lot of the initial focus was also on accusations of transphobia.
Transphobia. How did that come into it?
We'll get to that link. But yeah, those are the main labels being thrown around: bigot, racist, transphobic.
And some of those comments, they really bring to life just how strong the feeling was. Like one person said they always knew it would come out one day.
Implying they expected something like this.
Seems like it. Especially, they said, against Black women. Another comment described it as a double combo racism with transphobia.
A double combo.
Yeah, and even called him a bigotry avatar. That's pretty intense language.
It really is. And to sort of clarify why people felt this wasn't, totally out of character for him.
Right.
Another comment brought up his past, specifically using that homophobic slur, the F word, back in RHONJ season 3.
Oh, I remember that incident, yeah.
So this commenter connected the dots, basically saying, not surprising that a guy that comfortable being homophobic is also comfortable being racist and transphobic.
Okay, so linking past behavior to this current post.
Exactly. Establishing a perceived pattern.
So you mentioned transphobia earlier. Some saw it as primarily that, but others saw both racism and transphobia. How did people connect those two ideas?
Yeah, that's where the discussion got quite nuanced. The argument presented in the comments was that transphobia and racism can be linked, specifically in the way Black women are sometimes stereotyped. The idea being that there's this harmful stereotype portraying Black women as more masculine compared to, say, delicate white women.
Okay, I see the angle.
So the accusation was that by sharing that meme, asking Melania about marrying Barack Obama, the subtext, according to these commenters, was Joe implying Michelle Obama, a Black woman, is actually a man.
Wow. So playing right into that specific stereotype.
That was the interpretation, yeah.
Yeah.
That he was leaning on this idea that Black women are seen as, quote, more masculine than their counterparts.
So it's really quite something, a single Instagram story post, right? And it evokes this huge, complex discussion. Racism, transphobia, public figures, what they post online, the responsibility they have. It certainly illustrates the impact these things can have.
Definitely.